All right, hello everybody in YouTube land here to do another video review. People know me, I play pool. I've been playing for about 35 years now, if not longer, actually longer, longer. But I've been using Cue tips. I've tried Maury's in the past and everything else. And, you know, I'm no pro by no means, so I don't want nobody bad mouthing me, you ain't a pro and this and that and another. But I do play a lot of pool. I've played a lot of pool, and I do know cues pretty good and tips. And everybody has their own opinion of their tips and on their cues and how they play for them, and whether they like a medium, a soft, a super soft, a hard tip, or whatnot. Me, I tend to like a more soft tip. And when I started using Cues, I've never deviated from them. And I usually end up changing my tip about every other month. About every 2 months or so, I'll change a tip. Sometimes a little longer, but I have to change them because they start compacting down, and you can tell. And some people don't like that, with a soft tip. They say the mush feel or whatever you want to call it. Me, I like. I like the soft tip, the way it grips to a ball, and I like to use my English on the cue ball a lot to do what I need it to do. And when I don't, you hit the ball more accurately, so it's all about your stroke. So anyway, I was going to change up to a medium tip, and I bought some for my home cues. I've got some McDermott's that I use here for my house cues, and I didn't like the tips that came on them. I said, well, I'm going to put a decent tip on them. And I just seen these. I seen a video popped up, and I started looking at them, and I looked them up online, and they're about you can get the Mako Pro Shark, which is their soft tip, and it'll be a black tip. And then they got the Mako Pro, and then now they've got the Mako Pro 2. It's called Pro V2, I think. I actually even bought one of them. I got one, and I'm not even going to open it. I might put it on one of my house tips down the road if I need be. But so I put one of these Mako Pros, these mediums, on a couple of my house cues, and I actually liked the way it felt and everything. It hit the way it felt and the way it hits, takes to the ball really good. I liked it. So I said, you know what, I'm going to put one of them on my cues. So I changed my tip. I took my Cue soft off mine. It was due. It was ready to get changed anyway, and I put it on. Here it is. It's only been on here a month. In play last night at our local venue I go to, I kept noticing a little ring, and at first I thought, what is that? Is that just the impression on the top of the tip? Kept noticing a little ring there, and then I reached down there, and I was like, this whole layer of this tip, the center layer on my Cue tip, come off. And I started to shape it, and I was like, no, it's gone. It's got to go anyway. Let me back that off. Sorry, that was a little close. So I started to try to shape it back down in play, and I said, no, I just pulled out another cue and started playing with it. But that whole centerpiece of that tip, that layer, came off. Now, yes, could it have been a bad tip? Probably. But I don't know. I've never had a tip ever do that to me. I have a layer actually peel off like that. So, and the tip's only been on here a month. So, when it comes to these Mako Pro tips, for the price, I think I bought two, and I bought actually a soft. I got one soft. I got the soft. They call it the Pro Shark, Mako Shark. I got it, and it will be a black tip. I put it on one of my house cues. It's still on it, it feels good. I liked it too, And then I said, well, I'm changing up to a medium tip. So I bought these, and I put this on one of my playing cues. And that's what happened right there. That whole layer just come off last night. I've never had a tip, but a layer of a tip come off my cue. So back to the video here and why I'm doing this. I will say that the tip actually plays very well, but if we got to worry about layers coming off a tip, then this puts this tip, I mark this tip just plumb out of my usage now anymore. I don't have no use for this tip. I wouldn't want to be in the middle of a play with a brand new tip and the layers coming off. So, like I said, could it have been a bad tip, bad made tip? Yes. With all that being said, I'm not going to count out. I'm going to wait and see, like on my house cues. Of course, they don't get much play. Everybody usually has their own cues when they come and play, and then family when they come out here and play. You know, they might grab a house cue off. But if this happens again with one of the others, I would not buy another then. I mean, for the money, they're supposed to be a little bit cheaper than the Camus, which they are. I think about $6, $7 cheaper, depending on who you get a Camus from or whatnot. But I've never had a cue ever do this, and it's only been on this shaft a month. So if that's what I got to look forward to, I don't think I'd advise putting this on my own cue. Like I said, put it on a house cue, but not on your playing cue. I mean, it does feel good. It plays good. The tip actually plays really well. I'm going to give it that much. But after this last night in play when I was out, that should not happen. So that's just telling me it's just a poorly made tip. So there you go. You know, guys, don't beat me up on this, but there's my opinion about the Mako Pro Cue Tip. And so that's just weird. I've never had one do this. So I'm about to go out here and change this. I was going to do this video real quick just to show you, because I think there's only a couple other videos on a Mako Pro tip on here, praising the tips, and they actually do. It felt really good. I didn't have no mushroom, as they say, with the tip. I did not have any mushroom with it. I just had this happen. So there you go. That's the Mako Pro tip. That's my review on one. Would I buy another? No, I would not buy another, and that's why. I just soon pay the $6, $7 more and get the Kamui, or get, you know, there's Howl tips out here, which I hear are really well. I've never used a Howl tip, so I've thought about trying one of them out, but I'm about to go take this off, and we're going to put a Kamui medium on here and be done with this problem. So thanks for looking.